Giving the next address to the senior class is our valedictorian. And as we celebrate this momentous occasion and bid farewell to your alma mater, it is only fitting that we hear from this outstanding individual who consistently strive for excellence in every endeavor they have undertaken. Their unwavering dedication to their studies, combined with their intellectual curiosity, has led them to the remarkable achievements both in and out of the classroom, a feat his father accomplished 29 years ago as well. As a student in first grade, Ryan Lewis decided to run a pizza shop from his desk. We're not sure how much cash he made, but we did notice a decline in cafeteria sales. I believe he even had some student employees operating the business at times, but Ryan was afraid to fire him because he believed you would actually have to set them on fire. As a child, Ryan would track the number of states he would visit on family trips, trying to make it to the highest point of each, as well as keeping track of federal and state election results on his own big board at home. He might be the only person in the state who can name all 100 U.S. senators, their parties, and election dates. Ryan is a proud member of the National Honor Society, has played varsity tennis and golf, and has earned outstanding honors for his work at the state level for Airport's Youth and Government chapter. Giving our final address to the class of 2023, future Michigan State University public policy major, has visited 27 state capitals, 44 states, and the highest point in 32 of them. Look for him on TV covering future elections, or maybe vote for him because I hope he will be running. Reaching the highest point at Airport Heights School, academically and maybe geographically, please welcome Ryan Lewis, class of 2023 valedictorian.
Thank you all. Over the past 4 years, we've obviously gotten to know a lot of our classmates, or at the very least know of them. Collectively, we come from a wide range of family histories, backgrounds, and belief systems. It's hard to pinpoint any one thing that unifies us, which of course comes naturally in a society that at many times leads us into a trap of seeing what divides us more clearly than what unites us. In fact, disunity has been the background in which we've lived basically the entirety of our high school careers. While stuck at home, we've witnessed the nastiness and name-calling that ensued as a result of the pandemic, watched in class on our Chromebooks as the results from a contentious presidential election rolled in, and observed countless protests consume the streets of America with stunning regularity. However, only when we stop and take a moment for introspection can we realize that there really is something that unites us: persistence. Our ability to persist on a collective level is unparalleled. We have contended with adversity that is unfathomable to the graduating classes of our parents, grandparents, aunts, and uncles. We hardly made it through a singular semester as high schoolers before the bounds of what a normal day in education was supposed to be rapidly expanded with almost no notice. We patiently stood by as the governor and the health department sent us back and forth between home and school, and each time they changed their minds, we made the transition seamlessly. In a time when seemingly none of the normal rules of high school applied, our education was what we made it. And, my friends, what we all share is that we turned lemons into lemonade. But for each and every one of us to make it to where we are today, in front of a bunch of emotional family and friends on a beautiful evening in early June, has required us to persist in deeply personal ways and clear the high hurdles that fate has thrown our way by being resourceful and keeping our eye on the ball. For some, that's been by fighting tooth and nail to save our grades and taking every possible opportunity to pull ourselves up from the brink of that dreaded 60% threshold. For others, it's been a process of trial and error throughout the last 4 years to discover something that we can call our thing, a calling that leads us to a long and fulfilling career. Some have experienced loss, conflict, or uncertainty outside of school that has forced us to rely on our favorite teachers and staff members to motivate and inspire us to never, ever give up. And certainly, all of us have at one point had to trust that those closest to us will grab our hand and get us back on our feet when friendships, relationships, and other close bonds break and knock us to the ground, even during those times when it feels like we'll never be able to get back up. There's a different story to be written about all of us, but the challenges of these volatile years of our lives have ensured that we're united by persistence and hard work that have brought us to this venue tonight. I'm also a firm believer that this class's collective spirit is what has kept us through all this time from ever losing hope, and one of the things that truly distinguishes us from our peers around the state, the country, and the world. But that doesn't come from nowhere. In fact, it takes a very unique set of circumstances. It takes many, many staff and faculty members that have the genuine interests of their students at heart and want them to learn, that take the time to know their pupils on a personal level. It takes an administration and board that is willing to make the hard decisions when students are counting on them most, and that actually shows up and takes an active role in their education. It takes the kind of unrivaled freedom of choice provided to us by countless extracurricular activities, work-based learning opportunities, and advanced placement classes. But most importantly, it takes a kind of commitment from ourselves that you can't find just anywhere, but without which none of us would be here. All of us here have mastered the art of using each and every one of these resources to our advantage, and as a result, we have created an electric atmosphere filled with strong-willed, persistent individuals who are now ready to go out and seize the day. That is the greatest unifier of all. Looking back, my time at Airport High School has given me a heck of a lot to smile about. I've been on both ends of the usual jokes about freshmen, and unfortunately, I fit the stereotype quite well in my day. The quote and joke of the day in Mrs. Fise's Spanish 3 class never disappointed, just as you could count on my cat, Mickey, appearing in the backdrop of Mrs. Hopper's Google Meets, or finding a miscellaneous Bernie somewhere on the wall in chemistry. Trenton and Michael will be happy to tell you all about our playlist for the ride to tennis practices this year, just like they can also attest that our golf coach, Coach Hammer, suggested I try and diss him during this speech. And while she may have crashed the party harder than I crashed my bike, COVID protocol lady at last year's Youth and Government Conference will never be able to take away the inside joke that grew out of that moment. High school has surely left us all with interests and passions that have shaped us into who we are today, and memories to carry with us for a lifetime. However, above all else, I hope the class of 2023 will forever appreciate and carry with them the determination, grit, and persistence that has grown out of our personal evolutions through the most unprecedented of eras. To my fellow classmates, thank you for an unforgettable 4 years, and my best wishes go to each and every one of you in your future endeavors, regardless of what pathway you choose to take.